Let's get in some opinion then on our own markets. We have Vikas Khemani of Edelweiss Securities who joins us on the phone line this morning. Hi Vikas, thanks so much for joining in this morning. For starters, Vikas, we have been relative outperformers, we have been resilient and the likes. SGX Nifty though this morning is telling us we're going to get around a 50-60 point downtick is what we could see. You think that's as far low as we can go, or do you think in fact this entire Greece situation that's playing out, it has that potential to take us down back towards that 8,200, 8,000 mark?
Hi, good morning. I think this referendum outcome has definitely, emboldened and strengthened Prime Minister Shivraj, and I guess now the fresh round of discussions or negotiations will start happening. And to that extent, I believe that, the uncertainty will come back on table, and I guess it is not going to get solved over the next 1 or 2 days. I guess it will pan out, I think, over a few weeks. To that extent, I think markets will keep having, that uncertainty. And whenever there is uncertainty, I have seen markets are always kind of a bit choppy and, on a weak note. And I think we have had a good rally in the recent past. So I think as far as India is concerned, you will see now worries around the monsoon session also kind of cropping up. We will be getting into earnings season. So put together all those factors, I do believe that in a shorter term, upside would be limited, and probably while all macro setup looks very, very good, so I do believe that markets might remain soft or choppy, but long-term investors would use it from a buying perspective, which will keep on coming as and when markets coming. So the downside also probably would be limited around 8,000, 8,200 levels of Nifty.
Okay, so upside seems limited in this period of uncertainty, and you won't be surprised to see levels of 8,000 or 8,200 while the uncertainty on Greece lasts. But because you made an interesting point that, this weakness, correction, uncertainty should be used by long-term investors to buy into the markets. So, for viewers, which sectors are now looking interesting, considering that monsoon after starting off is tapered off, we are entering into the earnings season. So according to you, tactically, which are the sectors which are looking good in this period?
As I said, that I think from a long-term perspective, Indian macroeconomic factors look very good. I think monsoon so far, still a lot of time to go, so I don't think there's a big reason for worry as far as the monsoon is concerned at this point in time. And I guess as and when the growth picks up, economically aligned sectors like banking and financial services, and I think sectors which are focused on capital goods, capital expenditure of cycle of the country, such as capital goods, industrials, all of them will do very well. And if you take, medium term to long term view, all these events which are right now happening will look very insignificant and inconsequential, because I think right now they are big, but as the issues settle down, as the macroeconomic factors of India start playing out, you will see these sectors and segments doing very, very well.
All right, Vikas, I think you all have cut your EPS estimates for the year going ahead. So we're trading at roughly around that 16x forward multiples if you look at it. But from where exactly? Monsoon, I take that point. We had monsoons that were looking good. Now they're not looking that great. So that could be one trigger. But in terms of earnings disappointment, which sector could we see that disappointment coming in from there? Because the IT space, that's been a relative underperformer over there. Stocks have got smacked already. So do you think that in fact there is still a case for further disappointment coming out of there, which could lead to tweaking of the Nifty, Sensex, EPS estimates going ahead?
As far as this earnings season is concerned, I do not think there are major expectations from the earnings this quarter. So whenever there aren't many expectations, the chances of disappointment are very low. So I think most of the sectors' expectations are muted, and hence I don't think you will see any give and take some stocks which I can't know. But otherwise, sectoral basis, I don't think there will be major disappointment. IT, I think by and large, has been factored in because some of the companies have been giving guidance ahead of the results. So that is kind of factored in. In fact, if at all, there could be probably some positive surprise on the IT side.
Because no one better to gauge the mood of how FIIs will read this for Indian markets than you. So what's your sense? Do we see FIIs pulling money out of the cash market? What according to you, will be the way DIIs will act?
I think, FI had pulled out money only at the time when China was outperforming. I don't think it was an India-specific issue. And I think when most of the people were underweight China and, when Chinese market started performing, that was the time when India saw a little bit of outflow. I don't think, that probably worry is behind. And I don't think major, sort of outflow of FIIs money from India, because I think everybody is convinced about the pickup in the growth and the future of the.
So worries
market.
about Greece won't be the reason for FIs pulling money out of India.
Absolutely not. I don't think Greece has in any sense, except being part of the right now global situation, any significant impact on Indian economy or in terms of currency or any linkages. It is just right now, maybe it could be short-term flow, but I don't think which will have also very significant impact. Going, we have probably withstood a lot bigger issue as far as the flows are concerned. I mean, probably China outperformance was a bigger issue than Greece exit as far as the flows are concerned. So I think we are behind that, and we are getting very good flow in domestic from domestic investors. So I think most of the from liquidity perspective, from fundamental perspective, we are all well set. I think we have to just go through this global uncertainty period, which is why I said that market might be probably choppy in short term.
All right, Vikas, thanks so much for joining.